What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Savon the Don. I know I'm in a different scenery, but I thought I would give you guys a fresher, new perspective on what I'm doing. I'm not gonna get into anything too much in the intro because this story is gonna take a lot of time. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, y'all. So freshman year. My freshman year was the worst year of my life. When I say the worst year of my life, I legitimately mean the worst year of my life. School-wise, not like personal life-wise. To start it all off, I started going to the school that I go to now, which is Warren Central High School. And as I went there, I lived out of the district. And since I lived out of the district, I couldn't go there. So I only went to Warren for about 1 or 2 months. So then I started going to the school called Howe High School, and which was the biggest mistake I could ever do. I go to Howe High School, and in Howe High School, it's horrible. I almost get into a fight my first month there because there's a guy that I guess was offended that I was messing with a girl that I guess he liked or something. But so I almost got into a fight in a cafeteria with him, but I ended up didn't because he wasn't about nothing. I was in his face. He didn't do nothing. End of story. Then to top that all off, I started dating a girl. I'm not going to say any names in this story at all. They're going to have substitute names just for no drama purposes. I dated this girl named Cecilia, and all of a sudden we had broke up, and I got with somebody else, and I had confronted her in the lunchroom about it. I was like, look, you this and that. Basically, I told her, I was like, you a hoe, all this other stuff, and I walked away. And she had then grabbed me by my collar and attempted to hit me. A lot of the hits were off. She wasn't hitting me at all. But she had just like, basically the main thing that was wrong was the collar. My collar was ripped up and had holes in it. So it had holes in it, all this other stuff, and I was getting talked about because I didn't hit her back. But she's a female. Why would I hit a female back? You know, so I wasn't really tripping off of what they were saying to me. Then there was another boy who was shorter than me, and I guess he was talking all this mad cash, and he was an ROTC. Excuse me, he's an ROTC. And as he was in ROTC, he was like, oh, I can't fight you today, I'm in my uniform, but tomorrow I'll fight you. I'm like, bet that up. I was like, keep that same energy. Keep it, because I want that energy tomorrow when I confront you. So the next day came. The nigga was a no-show. All of a sudden, I'm like, bro, where he at? So then I'm looking for him. And as I'm looking for him, I'm like, I found him. He was taking other ways to get to class. And I was like, so you was talking mad cash yesterday, so what's up? What's up? So I'm squaring up, and he not doing nothing, so I walk away. Then again, after that, I'm called soft again. Because as I'm called soft again, because I didn't swing on him. But the thing is, I'm a fair fighter. If you not squaring up with me, I'm not going to swing on you, because I don't want no excuse. I don't want you to have any excuse on how I whooped you. I don't want no excuse at all. So I ended up leaving Howe because my mom saw it wasn't a good fit for me. I was in a lot of trouble, but my grades wasn't. But I was just in a lot of trouble behavior-wise with the students at that school. I left Howe and went back to the school I went for 3rd through 6th grade called Indianapolis Lighthouse Charter School. So I go back to Lighthouse immediately on my first day. I'm getting people whispering, talk about, oh, is that Savon? Is that Savon? Because I had a big name back in grade school there. And I was smiling and stuff. But then I get confronted by this dude named Ronald that I didn't like. He was this dude. He was always into like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. He was like a freshman, but stuck in his 6th grade body, because that's all he did in 6th grade. But he carried it on the freshman year. So he sees me in the hallway and he's like, bro, leave Kara alone. And Kara is the girl that I used to talk to and date and stuff. He's like, leave her alone. We not gonna just leave her alone. I was like, bro, get out my face. And I'm walking to class, and he tried to get in my face again. So I pushed him really hard, and he didn't do nothing, and I let that go. But then he started not talking to me, and I knew something was going on. So what ended up happening was Kara had came to me and was like, Ronald kissed me after school. I was like, Ronald did what after school? I was like, all right, bet. And at this point in time, Ronald was so scared of me that he didn't want to be in a locker room changing for gym when I was in there. So he had told the teachers that, and the teachers had some in place to the point to where we wouldn't be in the locker room at the same time. So I ended up started being friends with Ronald. I was like, okay, I'm a fake be friends with him, but then go into a locker room and whoop him. So I did that. And all of a sudden it worked to perfection. And we went into the locker room early thinking we was cool and stuff. And I asked my friend to come with me to record it. And as we go in there, I beat him up. He didn't swing back or nothing. And I was like, bro, you kissed Kara. And then that was the end of it. And apparently right after that, the video had got out. Everybody was like, oh, Savon, you got hands, you got this, you got that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But that's just what happens at a smaller school when a video gets out. Administration usually gets a hold of it. So they got a hold of it. I got in trouble, got suspended for 3 days. I come back and there's this dude named Damon Reed talking trash because his sister was in my inbox. So I was like, bro, leave me alone. I don't want no problems. I'm already in enough trouble and stuff. He was calling me soft and stuff. So he said he was going to fight me outside of school. He was telling me to pull up. So I was like, no, I can't pull up. I'm not even mobile. I was like, just catch me at school tomorrow. So I go to school the next day. And as I go to school the next day, I see him. And when I see him, I'm like standing there. And then I walk away because I stood there for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, giving this dude some time to just go ahead and, you want to fight me? What's up? So then I go to class and I'm like, I was right there. I inboxed him. I was like, I'm right there. I was right there in front of you and you didn't do nothing. So you really soft. Simple. So then he said, all right, so when you want to do it? I said, well, fight me after this class right in front of Mr. Elliott's class. And he was like, bet. So we only get like 4 or 5 minutes to get to class because each class ain't far. The school's small. So I'm waiting for the dude outside my classroom, and I'm like, where he at? I just see just a whole bunch of people in the hall just going into class and stuff. And I finally see this dude 4 minutes later with a minute left until the bell rings and we're all late. So he's walking super duper slow, taking his shirt off and stuff. And by the time he get down there and I'm squaring up, the administration is down there. I ended up getting in trouble for that. And I don't even know how I got in trouble for almost fighting. I didn't even fight. I got in trouble for almost fighting, and they put me on half days. They suspended me and put me on half days. I would come in at 12 and stay the rest of the day and then take the bus home. So how that worked out was there was a girl, once again, gonna withhold her name. There was a girl named Sally who was like, she knew me more than anybody else at Lighthouse. She knew everything about me. And there was another dude. The dude's name was withhold name, Derek. He was like, I guess Sally had got and was playing around in class and stuff in Spanish class and was like, Savon likes to stare and play with my butt. And I was laughing and stuff because it was funny. But I guess Derek got mad. And Derek was like, oh, so you like to do blah, blah, blah. And was hitting me up, texting me, talking about, so you flirting around with Taylor and stuff. Oh, really? Bet. So then he was like, you lucky you not here today. He just kicking me all this stuff. And I kicked him back. I'm like, look, dude, I'm on my way there. Just wait on it. I'm going to be there. And that's exactly what I told him. I said, just wait on it. So then as I get there and I go in there and I got class with Sally and it's science. I got class with Sally. And she's like, oh, I already know what's going down and stuff. I'm like, okay, bet. So after the class, I go into the bathroom. He told me to meet him in, and I met him there. And we ended up fighting. I wouldn't say there was a clear winner, but I mean, he was leaning by me. I don't sit here and lose. I don't even claim ties. I kind of say that I won. People got their own opinion, blah, blah, blah. But then again, it was a small bathroom, not much to do. So what ended up happening was I ended up having to go to the nurse because I had something like a gash or something on my head from falling or something from slipping. So I had to go to the nurse, and the administration met me down there while I was in the nurse. And they was like, let me see your phone. And as I picked it up, I deleted the video because somebody recorded it on my phone, and he went through my phone and didn't find the video. So he just gave it to me, and then I got in trouble. And they put me on 10 days pending expulsion, which means that I have 10 days suspended, and then I have to come into school for a hearing on why I shouldn't be expelled. So we go to the hearing. I convince him to not expel me, but I'm not allowed to go back to the school for the rest of that year, which was about April, May, and June. I couldn't go back to that school, and they put me on a homebound teacher. And the homebound teacher would come out Tuesday and Thursday and meet me at a McDonald's and give me my work. And if I didn't know the answer, she would just give me the answers, and that would be my grade for whatever work she brings. So since that would be my grade, that was it. Just Tuesday and Thursday for about an hour, maybe an hour 30 minutes, and then I went back home, and that was it. And that was the end of it. And that's how I finished out my freshman year. So yeah, my freshman year was the worst school year of my life. Not academically, but behavior wise. Almost getting expelled. It was just crazy. That's going to do it for me in the car today, bringing you guys this long, drawn out, true, raw story. And the main point I want you guys to take off of this, if you guys are freshmen watching this, freshmen, even sophomores, don't play around, and don't think that it's cool to fight. Don't think that is you getting clout off of fighting, because that's all I thought. I thought that, dang, I'm fighting this, and that person. People know not to mess with me, and I'm proving myself to people not to mess with me. But that's not what you want. That's not the image you want. So I'm doing better, all A's and B's as a senior. You already know. Just focus on school. Don't focus on people. You can have friends. Just make sure that they're good friends and they don't want to see you fall, and they're not always pushing you to fight. They're not always pushing you into drama, because that's not going to end well for you. They're going to be at school while you, suspended because you got into a fight because your friends pushed you into drama that you didn't even have to worry about. So yeah, just focus on that. That was the main point of my story time freshman year. Longest story is probably ever going to be on my story and on my YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for 230 subscribers. I do have a Twitter. It is @officialdon4. Once again, it is @officialdon4. Follow me on there. That's where I'll be posting all of my videos that I will be posting on YouTube, and I'll be sharing it. I will be putting polls and stuff up there. So once again, officialdon4. Check me out on there on Twitter. I think that's all I gotta say today, and I'm Savannah Don. I'm out.